All right, ready for number 3 skill in our restore respect, and that is read up. So we are learning the differences between men and women, and you're like, I already know we're totally different, or you're like, maybe you think that your husband and you have been together so long that you think the same, or maybe you're just starting out dating and you're like, I think he thinks the same way I do. Nope. It is crazy how different men and women are. And that is a great thing. It's amazing. And that's what will make your relationship work. But you've got to work with the differences and not think that he is the same as you because he's very different. So the first thing is that he needs respect. And that is like, we're like, singing the RESPECT, but respect is huge for men. Men would rather be respected than anything else. When they feel respect from you, they feel love from you. What you need is love. And you're like, well, I want respect too, right? I need to be respected. But think about it. Like, what in the end do you really want? Do you want your husband to treat you like the guys at work? Do you want your husband to treat you like another man? No, you want him to treat you like his woman, right? You want to be loved and cherished and taken care of. But he wants to feel respect. And those first 2 videos, rethinking your replies and repairing the intimacy, are how you're going to show him respect. Okay? But this is going to explain a little bit why that's so important to him. He doesn't want to fail. She doesn't want to lose control. Okay? Those are the 2 things there. Like, he needs respect, she needs love. He doesn't want to fail. You don't want to lose control. And that's honestly, if you will think of why you're criticizing or complaining or trying to control your husband, it's because you're afraid of something. You're afraid that maybe you'll have to go without something. Maybe you're afraid that he will find someone else if you don't control him. Maybe you think he will crash his car if you don't tell him how to drive, that he'll eat really bad food and get sick if you don't tell him how to eat, right? But he's a man and he is going to do what he wants. And actually, as soon as you will release control of these things, he will act in a different way. Men will do the opposite of what their wives are trying to make them do. And it's not that he resents you and he's trying to lash out against you or anything. It is just human nature that a man will do the opposite when you complain to him and make him feel like he's failing. Let's think of an example. Maybe he plays video games at night and you really hate it and you're like, you are wasting your life away on these video games, honey. And he's like, I love my video games. And you tell him that he needs to do something different with his time. You tell him that he's playing video games too much. You tell him all these things and he's going to play more video games. He's not going to play less video games because you're trying to control him. But when you tell him that, he doesn't do something different. He feels like he's failing. And when man feels like he's failing, he can't be the man that you want him to be. When you'll let go of that control, he can rise up and be that man. And we're going to teach you more how to do that in some later videos. But realize that when you're trying to control him, it's because you're afraid of something. And find that underlying fear. And a lot of times for me, it was like, that's not even a rational fear, right? Like, I was really controlling for a while about the money. I controlled the money in our house and I didn't want him to spend money. And I felt I was criticizing him because he was spending too much on fun things. And I mean, he made the majority of the money, but I was in charge of paying the bills. So I told him no all the time about money things. And it stressed me out and it stressed him out. And it just created this wedge between us. And I hated it. And when I really got down to it, I'm like, well, what am I afraid of? Am I afraid that I'm going to have to go without? Is my husband ever going to make me go without food for the week? No. I have everything I need and he takes such good care of me. And maybe you're like, well, I do have to go without sometimes. And he doesn't let me buy these things. But by complaining and controlling, you will not get what you want. We will teach you how to get what you want. But controlling is not the way. So he is made to give and she is made to receive. That is male-female roles. And this was so mind-blowing to me because I'm like, well, I always try to give to him because my love language is service. So I would try to do all these service things for him. He just didn't receive him in the way I wanted him to. And I thought, well, that's because it's not his love language. But I realized through these skills that he is made to give and make me happy, and I am made to receive. And one of our R's, we're going to talk about receiving and how important it is to your femininity and how important it is to your romantic relationship. But men and women are different, and that is amazing. He needs respect like he needs oxygen. That's honestly how important it is for men. Failing for him at work, at making you happy, at being a good dad, anything like that, feels like suffocating to him. He wants to give you the world and be your hero. That's the role he wants to play because he is a man. And if you let him play that role, you'll be amazed at the person your husband turns into, honestly. So you need to feel loved and taken care of. Letting go of control feels scary, but you cannot control him, and trying to do so makes him feel like he's failing. That was big for me. I was like, I didn't realize that. I thought I was being helpful. I didn't realize I was telling him he was being a failure at things. You can have everything you need and want without making him feel disrespected. So we're going to teach you more next week, but those are the 3 main areas in the relationship that you need to rethink your replies. Just change them a little bit, and it will show him so much more respect. We're going to repair the intimacy by apologizing when we mess up, and then we're going to read up. I want you guys to find some cool articles, find something. I found so many interesting things this week in talking to my sister about the differences in men and women and how men need that respect and how I need love, and I need a lot of different things in my husband that I thought we were so similar after 14 years of marriage. But when we each get what we need, we both feel loved and happy, and we both feel that intimacy and that connection that we wanted to feel and that we used to feel when we were dating and falling in love. We do have one more video for dating that we're going to post. So there's some specific things in starting dating and showing him respect in dating that we're going to give out. So that's going to be exciting. So watch for that one. But read up this week, realize the difference between your husband and you, and try some of those awesome new phrases and let us know how it goes.